Hey guys, it's me, Jennie B, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Last time we left off, we were just about to visit the head nurse's office. I walk in, hoping that this really will only be a quick visit like the teacher said. On a white door on the left is a green cross with the text, Head Nurse, and a nameplate. A voice from inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large, and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there's at least a dozen coffee cup ring liners on the desk. Hello there. What can I do for you today? He's a young-looking, sort of rugged, but dimples in his cheek wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? Are we in an 80s action movie right now? He smiles like a person who has heard this very same question 100 times. Well, yes I am. It says so on the door, no? You can call me by name or just the nurse like everyone else. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realizing I probably should grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Oh, right, I'm a new student, and my homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Hisao Nakai. His eyes light up with revelation. He snaps his fingers. Oh, you're that Nakai. I was reading your file in the morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? He gestures me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yes. Good. Well, you've probably been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there is a problem. A famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. His joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah. Just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at a school. You'll get used to it. I'm not sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it. Now, let me just find your file again. While he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of papers around, I let my gaze wander the room. It's the epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceiling, dark gray laminate flooring, and all the equipment you expect from a nurse's school's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all four walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day and from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So, you already have medication for arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening or it won't help much. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins at his own joke, but I don't. I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to recommend you to refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but not really. I'm not too bothered by for him forbidding me to kick the ball around. Guess I never did it out of a burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There is no mention of the cause in your papers. Not exactly. I step aside the question acceptably, and he glances over his papers with more of a serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't think you really need such heavy measures. Just some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe? There's a pool here. So I was told. You are? Very good. At any rate, I'm sure you've been told this before. You just need to take care not to overexert yourself. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk. Obviously content. Good. That's it then. Come meet me if you ever need anything. I'm ushered out before you even realize it. A quick visit indeed. I end up sitting in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, although to my eyes they look one and the same. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people coming out of the school and going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they are going, and I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at the school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us? I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time and I feel tired instead of hungry. The weariness in me only grows as I trudge toward the dorms, to set a little way apart from the main building complex. There's a garden of sorts between the school and the dorms. Shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh-cut grass that fills the atmosphere. It dawns in my tired mind that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. The dorm building is big and made of brick. Like the others, it feels way too pompous for what it is, so I push forward, going inside. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for elevators at the end of the hallways. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems that only girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of the minor halls seem to have a toilet, shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplates on the doors adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there's just 2 of us here. Light shines from below, from room 117. 117, not 1117. So I knock lightly. Hello? Is anyone home? From inside I hear a few movements and clicking of my way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment the door squeaks open. A bespectacled boy is standing in the doorway. He's looking at me very intently through his extremely thin glasses. Who is it? Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. Hisao Nakai? I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce His face suddenly brightens in realization. He stands back upright, thrusting his hand out in a smiling greeting. Almost straight to my diaphragm. Oh, sup, dude? The name's Kenji. Ah, hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and vehement welcome. There are some suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably my parents. Your parents? You sure? Because they could have been some other people, too. You can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I try to think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, Hisao. Me? I don't think I can trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself. Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about it for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you are smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope that's smart. He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it. Never mind. It doesn't matter. And with that, he turns, stumbles around for a moment, searches the door handle, and shuts the door behind him. What an odd meeting. I slide the key into the lock to mark the door 119. The beige walls and white linen, a desk made of some type of wood, ugly curtains. It's no one's room, impersonal like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting at the front of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems there's a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A nose pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi, Yi-chan. We've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. I kinda hoped I would have, then there would be something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desktop and lie down on the bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me to wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous before coming in the entire day, too. I still am, I think. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow, but it won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now... The bottle of medications neatly arranged on my night table catch my eye. I pick one up and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside, then read the glued-on pharmacy label. Hisao, 2 tablets daily to stay alive. Well, if that's not incentive to take your meds. It doesn't really say that, but it just as well. It could just as well. It's kind of twisted having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain. After that, I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. It doesn't start to look any more familiar, even after darkness falls and long shadows across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm, and nest-like against the chill that passes for the room temperature here. Soon the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. I finally slept. Good. Katawa Shoujo. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I had forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the 3rd room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed it is me who's supposed to be the one living here. My bag's on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating, until I open a bottle, shake it out a pill, and pop out a tablet from the foil sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slick out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things, too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school, except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laughter, and Shizune's swooping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decide to ask Shizune about it as we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. She crosses her arms, shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so the chop is perfectly even and flat. Oh, she's getting angry. Sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Hi-chan. My first thought means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there really isn't anything else to do. There are also school events. The festival is coming up anyway in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out, doing whatever. So, you're actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. I don't know, Ichan. The truth is, it's a local event and I'm not from this area, so... She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. Huh? Oh. Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune words at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning in our direction. Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideas and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with time. Now, it's about delicious fried food and amazing little games that you play to win prizes. The teacher's coaches grow very loudly, battering his long wooden pointer against the other palm like a baton. He shoots his pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though, brushing it off without a care. We are in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right! Hi-chan, are you asking because you're interested in joining a group? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchanged between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with the long dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in a group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who was also looking at the dark-haired girl, go. Why doesn't he say anything? Hi-chan, is something wrong? Do I look uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me after the girl who left? No, nothing. Okay, well, like we were asking, so you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library to pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Yay! Okay, Hi-chan, perfect. I kind of want to go to the library. The rest of the class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have the time to put on any more thought, where could she have gone? The teacher informs us it's time to stop working. Shizune looks a little more annoyed that we barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's no contest or anything. Yes, it is, Hi-chan. Impossible. Really? Really. I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in that direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but not really. Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing, and I need some time to get used to it. It's not a contest, but contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if she's surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hi-chan? Very sure. You're wrong, Hi-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Shizune pushes up her glasses up the bridge of her nose in a matter-of-fact way. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. I almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? That's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. At my old school, I liked to eat outside near the back of the building. It was such a good spot, but I didn't find it until the near end of my freshman year. I wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply it as much. Shizune and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students' favorite eating classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we were eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So, He-chan, you wanted to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right, She-chan. So, I guess it makes sense first to ask. Exchanging nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture as if she's about to deliver a speech. He-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow teams or players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There's a book club, right, She-chan? Right? But it seems like they have all members they could possibly have right now. Sorry, He-chan. It's a really popular club. Ah, okay. But more to the point, He-chan. Does this mean that you don't have anything in mind already? Not really. Good! Great! That's great, He-chan. Really great. Why is it so great? No reason. Well, He-chan, other than clubs and the upcoming festival, there is one other thing. Student council. I see. I didn't know the school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them noticed, because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha's laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the situation in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has a voice, whatever she says. Right? Right. He-chan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we can hang out every day, He-chan. Shi-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shi-chan is the president. I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about with this. As if reading my mind, Shizune adjusts her glass quickly and signs something to Misha. Of course, we're not trying to get you to join, just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council and therefore have an incentive to try and get you to... So you're admitting that... No, we admit nothing. I mean, He-chan, of course it would be nice for you if you joined, and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yep, it's true, He-chan, because you don't want to spend time with us after school, He-chan. I can tell if she's being genuine or if this is really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying really hard to look their cutest, although they're pretty cute to begin with. Well... So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, He-chan. What? No! See, Shi-chan, of course it wouldn't go so easily. Yep, that's right, though. It would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Shi-chan owes me candy now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shizune seems very intrigued by this. When Misha signs it to her, then an aggressive glint returns to her eyes. That's interesting, He-chan. Let's play a game. Let's play a game. Are you really the saw guy, Misha? That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, He-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Oh, why not? Well, because you two have both the same incentive and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. Well, that isn't my goal, which means the both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I will have to decline. Yeah, why don't we eat lunch with them? Can't we just hang out with one of the other people? He-chan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us and that we would pull something so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thought begins. That would be true. Bring up a good point. In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. No. How about a game of paper football instead of rich man, poor man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle and then you try to shoot past the goalpost that the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, He-chan. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Chi-chan. That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact you know what about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Yeah, that's true. How did you know, Ichan? Shujin frowns at Misha, telling me she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into student council, but I'm a little curious about what student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, He-chan, what about Risk, the game of world domination? I don't know what that is. It's really fun, He-chan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune will be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Really, Shi-chan? We can play just for fun, He-chan. Shi-chan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay, perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then. He-chan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree. Only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything to concentrate. Just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Oh, okay. On that note, we are going to end that here. We will pick this back up, next Sunday. It is getting pretty interesting, although I don't want to join student council. Why can't I just choose? Like, that would be the club I would least join in real life. Like, no. Let me join a different club. Don't want this club. So I hope I get more freedom later on and more choices, because it seems like I don't have any choice in the matter of what I do at all in this game, which is not something I really enjoy. But thank you guys so much for checking out this episode of Katawa Shoujo. I hope you check out the next episode. Hopefully we get to talk to the long-haired girl, or really anybody else, for that matter. And I'll catch you guys later.